Here's LaFleur. Off Woog's skate at center ice. Will it be icing? No, they're going to wave it off, saying Nemenko could have played it. Bertliot ties up Nemenko. Herniak in the corner. Bell goes after it. It's in deep. Finally, Dan Woog to pick up the loose puck. Hankinson, he gives it away. And Nemenko shoots it in. North Dakota just flat out tired, needed a line change here. Woog, Larson, he's tied up at center. And Nemenko plays it away. Grabbed by Keith Murphy, he's chased outside. Here's Beswick to get it. LaFleur wraps it ahead. Drop pass by Woog to Larson, and he shoots it down. Now Nemenko to pick it up. Pass a bit too far for Rice. And here's Walkman to get it. Puts it away. Nemenko, Matani, and we have Larson locked up. We're going to have a high stick penalty. Larson is back to his feet. I think Mark Pivot's took him out on the far side. He is off, and the Gophers will bring Woog on for the rest of the power play with another minute to go. Treble, shooting wide, rebound at the side. Pivot knocks it away. Treble, it's knocked down. They swat at it and played with a high stick. For asking players to count backwards from 100 by sevens. This is loose and pushed wide by Matani. Callanan back behind the net, and Treble will be there. Another 40 seconds on the penalty to win. 3 minutes left, second period. Mike Crowley. Bonin. And again, they're just shut right down at that blue line. Brick wall, you described it. It may be bigger than a brick wall.
But you watch how they skate. Watch the speed they're using when they come out.
Here's Bell. The pass was behind Bonin. The crowd getting restless here. Crowley to get it. He gets away from Treble. Beswick. Murphy breaking, but Woog breaks up the pass. And now Crowley has to go back after it as Peter Wynn steps on with 2.5 minutes to go in period number 2. Crowley from behind the net finds Bell off the rail, broken up by Nemenko. Anyway, 3 forwards were going off on the change. That's why no one was open. Now they shoot it in. LaFleur goes after the puck. About a half minute of the period. Bounces over towards Larson, but his stick got locked up back behind the net. A little pressure now applied by the Fighting Sioux. Hoopstein got a piece of it. And it's loose there. Well, you can hear the deathly silence in this building. Broken up at the line by Landon Wilson. And he had it taken away by Brian LaFleur. And the seconds tick away as they floated up ice. The horn will sound and need to regroup. Action. And again, the Gophers congregate there at the top of the circle. That time it was Bonin, Woog, and McHugh. So they may have put Woog up here in place of Kraft on this power play. Crowley holding the zone. Keep an eye and see if we can find if Ryan Kraft will recover from that check he took in the second period. Good job on the near wall by Keith Murphy to get the puck out of the zone and into Minnesota territory. Here's Crowley. Out at center now, Treble, and they shoot it in. Toby Kavalivog shooting it around. It's blocked by Woog on the power play for Minnesota, trailing by a goal here in the third. Puck along to the boards. Here's Crowley. Slap shot. Goal! Oh, what a rising rocket that was! And Crowley has scored again.
Oh, that was a rocket also. His second goal of the game. I don't think it touched anybody. You see Minnesota here controlling around the boards here. He moves once again. Now watch everybody come into the center, and all of a sudden, look at Kavalivog. He couldn't quite see McHugh standing in front of him, and what a nice play also as Woog had to dive, I believe, to get that puck to him. Woog and Bonin will get the assist on the power play goal by Crowley.
3-3 the score. Another 9,400 on hand here at Mariucci Arena. Olsen back for the puck for the Fighting Sioux. Comes down off the wall to Wood, who shoots and a stick save by Kavalivog. Hankinson jammed up by Pivots. Puck loose once again. Blocked by Godbout, but taken away now and led to center ice to Teeterwin. 2-on-1 to Matani. Had the open net. They try to stuff it in. It won't go. Gophers get a break there. Wynn shooting a block. The rebound. Another save by Callahan. Mamenko lines it up. Now he shoots and it goes into the corner. Matani. And it's loose to Wynn. Waiting. Oh, how Callahan made that save, I don't know. And they finally lay on the puck. What a flurry.
What a tornado. I'll tell you, the Fighting Sioux coming in here. And the shot's going to come over towards him again. Teeterwin coming in, taking the quick shot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everyone in there. They could not put it in. Finally Wynn with that shot. Callahan able to cover up. Look at the bodies in there from all angles and all colors.
Kavalivog has a little trouble playing it around. Larson and Herniak go after it. Here is Dane Littke to get it to center, but it's flipped right back in by Woog. Herniak. Long cross ring pass, batted out of midair by Woog. Herniak picks it up anyway. Onside to True, and his shot is wide of the target. And it rims the boards and goes all the way back. Kavalivog playing it away. He was bumped, Godbout shooting it back around. Hankinson has it. And out of the corner. Woog, a one-timer, blocked by Murphy. Woog got his legs taken out from under him. Hendrickson's shot goes wide. Godbout plays it deeper. And it's centered to Hankinson, but he's in a crowd. And North Dakota breaks to center. Hoopstein's shot deflects and it goes off the walls. Walkman got a piece of it. Finally, it's controlled by Hendrickson. Uses the glass to get it to center. And this is Wilson playing it to Hoopstein. Brian LaFleur off of Larson. Now Dave Larson in deep, but it's fired right back. And Woog has it. Successful penalty kill here for the Fighting Sioux. As LaFleur goes sprawling, here's a man in the slot. It's Woog! And a big save by Kavalivog, and he holds on.
Oh, what a nice passing play there also. Danny Woog coming in, was able to take that puck, and in one sweeping motion got the shot on the netminder, Kavalivog, who makes a save. But watch right here. What a nice play by Crowley. Just putting it back as he pulled Wynn to him, and all of a sudden there's the shot, and you see the goaltender making the save.
Boy, Dan leaned into that one too, didn't he?
Boy, did he ever. I think he thought he had it. I think a lot of people thought he had it. But the goaltender, Toby Kavalivog, says, I've got other plans here. I'm going to hang on to this one.
Yeah, he says, darn, I don't get chances like that every day. Wynn centers it, but it's taken away by Treble. One more shot, maybe. Crowley, 3 seconds left. And the puck is back at center as the buzzer goes. And we're headed to overtime. It bounces to Crowley. Gophers changing. Crowley
able to do just that.
The cue up front. Treble Crowley, the two-point man. Here we go. And it's shot by Pivots by Keith Murphy. They get Curtis Murphy out of the zone. Treble. Minnesota 2 for 6 in the power play. Woog in deep. Watched by Littke. Here's the cue. Around to Woog. At the side, Bonin, and out of Woog again. Treble, one times it. Shot just deflected wide. Crowley flips it deep to Bonin. Right wing corner to Woog. To Bonin, it's intercepted and cleared. 1 minute to go in overtime. Callahan with the outlet pass to the Fighting Sioux line. Oh, they say it was offside at the blue line, and it was mighty close.
Now they're saying Brian Bonin was over the blue line. John Elby standing right on the doorstep there. as McHugh looked at him, and Elva just pointed the bound.
For one intense rivalry as the Golden Gophers get ready to take on the Huskies, and the action comes to you live on MSC. Hi again, everyone, at the Minnesota line. Now a check at center ice by Bobby Dustin. The fans thought there should be checking from behind. No whistle again. Melson. His backhand pass is redirected, and a bullet by Levers goes wide. Randy Best does a good job to hang on, and a screen shot goes off a leg and wide. And
the senior who played his high school hockey in Armstrong.
Played by Leffler, is racked out of the zone by Gagnon. Paradise's pass bounces right back to Gagnon, who carries it in. He's in a crowd. Treble elects to play it to the back wall and then pick it up himself. Crowley in the corner. A scoreless first period, and perhaps only one good scoring opportunity. There might be another one. Dustin shooting, and a glove hit by Lisa. Bobby Dustin's been off with Brian Bonin and McHugh up on the left wing, so Bonin looks like we'll be pulling double duty on this power play. Crowley and Treble also remain out. The draw to Crowley, and it skipped away. Well, he won that draw cleanly, but it came dribbling back and got past Crowley. Power play for Minnesota red hot in the last 11 games. And right now they're being shut down by the Huskies. 6.5 to go in the period.
Well, the Huskies had gave up 2 power play goals last weekend against Northern, but before that they were 38 for 38 on killing off penalties.
Here's Bonin playing it to the line. Treble, now Crowley. Screen shot, hits traffic, bounces to the far wall, and it's shot all the way down by Reeder. Another half minute of the man advantage. Crowley finds Hankinson. Now Woog back to Hankinson. That puck was rolling on him as he shot it. It was on end, actually. Woog behind the net. Right up the middle. Here's Treble. Now Crowley. Screen shot back to Treble. To Crowley again, and it's off his stick. Chased by Leffler, who gets control and gets it out. And only 4 more seconds remain on the penalty to Lund. Huskies with a 1-0 lead. Here comes Hankin. 8 seconds to go. Bobby Dustin's line is out there. Haven't seen a lot of the third and fourth lines. What with all of the manpower advantages. Dustin, Woog, and Feeblecorn. As we mentioned, Bob Dustin back in the lineup. He has not played in the last 7 games. And now he's ready for the draw against Lund. We're going to toss Lund. So one of the things about Dustin not being in, Doug Woog wants you to prove yourself as an excellent practice player to make sure you're ready for a game. That's how competitive it is. No one assured a starting role on the team. Lund tried to get it out, couldn't do it. Dustin centers it in the slot for McHugh. He gets 3 whacks at it. The third one goes wide. Feeblecorn to pick it up. Tied up pretty well by Ryman on the far side, and the Huskies break it to center. Pass into the skate of Markstrom, but it's picked up now by Lund, who's McHugh. Godbout. And they work it up off the far rail. It was tipped by Checo. The pass intended for Paradise, too far for him. Brink takes a hit on the wall, but hangs onto the puck. At the line, Melson cannot hold the zone. Nice pass to get to Woog. He literally ducks the check by Lund. But it's controlled again by Best, who gets it to center, and Minnesota intercepts. Dustin gets it in over the line to Feeblecorn. He gets around Best. Feeblecorn trying to get around Lund. Feeblecorn pushes that puck free, and it gets to be a very grinding hockey game right now as the Huskies are taking the Gophers to the wall. Wasley with a steal at center, and then a giveaway to Lund. Your college hockey connection. 50% here in the second period compared to the first. Tip to the line and out to center. This is Taj Melson. He's been a very durable defenseman for the Huskies. Melson in his just his junior year. Lisa with the outlet to Paradise. Now Gagnon bringing it in, and the puck is in the crease before it's swept away. Kraft at center. And he is stripped of the puck by Best. Oh, how did he catch that puck? Paradise! Stopped by Callanan. Caught that on his backhand. That was splendid. Right up the middle. A goal!
the puck comes right back on the front. It comes off of Brink right back to him. He makes the play to Larson here, but he knows there's a long way to go.
Indeed there is. It's just a 2-0 lead, but what a nice shot by their scoring leader, Brett Levers. Lepler shooting it in. Callahan leaves it for Zwackman. And now the outlet pass finds Dustin. Dustin drops the pass for Beavelcorn. Rebound! Chipped away at the last second. I don't know if Litza got it or the defender coming back, but Minnesota looked like it had a sure goal sitting there on the doorstep. Fired in from center ice by Stewart. Schmidt trying to stuff it in and rolls it across. Now Beavelcorn. Out to center, he takes a bump from Sandy Gasso and then shot it to the line where it hit the linesman, so the Huskies get a early in period 2. And the Huskies, with a goal in each period, have a 2-0 lead. Gottbaut wrapped it away, and this is Beavelcorn. Finds Bob Dustin. With Woog, they bring it in. Now Beavelcorn open on the left wing, but they couldn't get it through to him. Gottbaut shooting, that's picked off. What a play by Holm. You don't see slap shots getting picked off very often. Paradise hooked. And another penalty to Minnesota. Dustin collides in the corner. And the Huskies will have another power play. And the penalties have taken a lot of steam.
Danny Wuger's going to be called, I believe, for a hooking call. As it happened back in front of the net. About 35 feet out. Not a good penalty. You watch right here, Holm coming in. There's the hook right there. You can't reach for the player. You got to skate to the player. And he just kind of pulled him and pulled him back in the corner. But watch Bobby Dustin also.
Reeder. Right up the middle of the goal. And out in the slot quite a bit. Larson got it to Zwackman, who played it in. And then London passes it out. Well, they nearly beat Wasley there, but Markstrom goes after it deep. And Wasley takes him out. Back to center. Dustin gains the zone. Oh, but apparently someone offside on the play. Very close at the blue line.
Game. They've killed off the penalties. They've challenged Minnesota all the way through the first period and a half.
Godbout back in his own end to pick it up. The penalty is over. 8.5 to go here in the second. They're going to wave off the icing. Ryman behind the net. Litza playing it around, and Brink back to get it at center. Now Bell. And they are with Minnesota every step of the way. Here comes Bell. He's got a man in front. Gets in front himself. Rebound to Hankinson. And 2 big saves by Litza as Hankinson battles for a loose puck. And then battles with Lepler. And it really a certain amount of fortitude here today. And Gasso gets it out of the zone. This is Wasley. And now back to Zwackman. They shoot it in. Wood, shallow angle. Flails away at it, and it's shot out by Lund all the way down. The Gophers might get a break here. And the face-off in St. Cloud. Here's Jet Beavelcorn after a loose puck in the corner. Taken outside by Ryman, but he left it there. Quick centering pass, batted away by Litza, who bats it to center, and Zwackman has to recover in a hurry. There was a near 2-man break for the Huskies. Ryman. Schmidt brings it in. And Callahan at the side of the net. Now Dan Wu. And he was taken out with a stiff check on the play by Stewart. And Minnesota must be offside as they bring it in.
We allow Minnesota to score. They're back into the game. We can't let that happen. And so let's come up with a good start. And first few moments of this third period, they've done just that.
Now the goaltender, Litza, who is Dustin up front for Minnesota. And the Huskies have control, and they'll set it up behind. This is Taj Melson. Who's locked up in front was Woog and Randy Best. Best banged Woog's stick right out of his hands, and had to go to the bench for another one. Gophers trying to get on track in their own end. There's a loose puck to Melson, and he flips it back in. Andy Brink back to pick it up. Pick it up on the line. It was intended for Dustin. They'll have to get back as the Huskies Get it right back in. Oh, Bell just took Best back behind the net. Beeblecorn got a piece of it. And St. Cloud shoots it all the way down. They'll be called. Levers wins this faceoff. And this is Lepler to control. Launched by Ryman to center, knocked down by the glove of Paradise. Here's Andy Brink back to get it. Now over to Zwackman. Taken outside by Paradise, and now flip back to the line. Brink will have to regroup and get some territory as Paradise slips and goes down. And then crosses center before he shoots it all the way in. Ryman playing it away. Puck goes all the way through to the far side. And here's an interception, nearly intercepted by Dustin. Back to center, this is Brink. Woog gets a shot off, but it goes wide. And Hendrickson after it. Huskies get it, and Nelson gets it out to center ice. St. Cloud changing on the fly. Gophers will try to take advantage of it. Here comes Woog. And they're offside at the blue line.
I think Bobby Dustin was coming on that right wing position, just had the skate over just enough. And so that's the reason for the offside call net.
It's been, in part, that kind of a day for the Gophers. Another part of the day is that they have but 18 shots on goal. And we have about 10 minutes to go in regulation time. So they have not been firing an awful lot of rubber Brian Lietz's way. Out of the corner, Woog trying to dig it free. Mock Dustin is there. Woog gets it loose, gets it back. Trying to roll it to the point, but it's taken away by Gagnon. And Mark Gagnon brings it in, looking for Paradise, who was upended by Wasley. And Wasley figures, I'm going to get my 2 minutes worth out of this one, and gave him one more shot against the wall. Power play coming up.
Contemplate tomorrow's game.
All right, 3-0, the final score. We still have it for Senior Day, the final day of the regular season, and the Gophers take on the Huskies. And they have all come since the middle of January when they were shut out by Alaska Anchorage, also were shut out by Denver, and shut out yesterday by St. Cloud. First time since the 55-56 season. Lund shooting it in. Zwackman behind the net having some trouble. Here's Dustin. Relays it off the rail. It gets away from Woog as Minnesota's third line is on. With Beeblecorn, Dustin, and Woog. Back at center ice, here's Charlie Wasley. Beeblecorn after a loose puck. Now Woog gets it, shoots it in from center. And Lietza will play it and leave it behind the net for the defenseman Hultgren. Callie Hultgren relaying it off the rail, gets through everybody, and Beeblecorn sitting on defenseman
To clear the puck for him.
Gino Santerre at center shooting it in. And Charlie Wasley back to get it. Back into the corner. This is Paradise. He whips it in front. It's tipped by Dustin. Kept in by Santerre. Now Wasley took it away and gets it out to Beeblecorn. 3-on-2 Minnesota. Beeblecorn shooting from center, and a glove catch by Lietza, and he wisely holds on to it.
Danny Woog was going in looking for a rebound. None to be had as Lietza just was able to hang on to the puck, brought everyone else into the play. But Beeblecorn won.
When you're on the power play, they're going to give you a penalty in effect by making you go all the way down, so you lose some footage. 1:07 to go in the penalty to Melson. In a scoreless first period, Brian LaFleur back in the lineup for Minnesota, slipping it into Bell. Wood goes after, and the puck comes around. Here's LaFleur playing it back deep. Now Wood to LaFleur. Across the Godbout, a flat shot. A save by Lietza. A sprawling save at that. LaFleur into the right wing circle for Wood, but it jumps away from him. And the Huskies, Bill Lund is able to clear it out. Half minute on the man advantage, and the outlet pass from Callanan to Bell misses, and it's icing the other way. No argument here.
No, not at all.
Godbout behind the net. In a scoreless first period, each team with only 4 shots. Haven't reached the halfway point, though. Fiebelkorn trying to make a move around P.J. Leffler. It won't work. And the Huskies gain control. Out to center ice for Holub. The native of Grand Rapids in deep. Centers it. Off Leffler, and it goes wide. Now Reeder jammed up on the wall. Here's Eric Johnson.
Oh, boy.
Their second leading scorer. He's stopped by Callanan, and the defense is there to sweep it away. Ryman playing it in. This is Holub. His pass picked off by Godbout. They ran into a crowd, and Fiebelkorn gets it out. Dumped back in, and Callanan leaves it for Brian. Off the glass, knocked down by Fiebelkorn. He can't control. Gagnon moving in all alone. A goal!
No, I don't.
Yeah, red light's on, and we got one official pointing to the cage. It's going to stick.
Long outlet pass off the boards right there. Fiebelkorn going for the puck rather than the man. Gagnon just coming in here. He goes to the backhand, and there's the play right there. You can see also the momentum of the goaltender going into the net, and I think also that's where the reason for the call. Bob Ames right on top of the play. We'll get an assist on that play as he made the pass, the outlet pass from behind his own net off the boards to Gagnon, who put it in.
And the goal at 13:25 gives the Huskies the lead again. Now 2-1. And it's played deep into the Minnesota zone. And an icing. A 3-goal first period. And the Huskies have the lead. Here is Bobby Dustin in the corner. P.J. Leffler rides him to the wall. And St. Cloud gains control. Brought to center ice and shot in deep by Holub. Out of the corner it comes. This is Gagnon. He checks LaFleur, but it springs moved to center. And from the blue line, he shoots it in, and the Gophers will change again. Action in the corner between Nelson and Dustin. Had that left knee, left leg bent, which might have exposed the top part of the knee to that shot. And the knee pad hinged under 2 minutes in the period. Stewart behind his own net, being chased by Fiebelkorn. Took a whack from Fiebelkorn. Oh, he is just smashed by Fiebelkorn. That play goes on. Dustin digs it out. Centers it in front. A turnaround try by Godbout goes wide. Godbout rolls it up the middle. Schmidt takes it away. Gets it out of the zone. Loose puck to Fiebelkorn, and he launches it back in. And another line change.
Finally to the point position.
I'm not sure what the whistle was for. It might have been an offside on a long pass, so they faced it off deep in the St. Cloud end. Here's Best. And his pass gets through everyone.
Not important to me. We just got to win some games.
That's a remarkable record in itself.
It really is.
9 times finishing first or second. So it's here's a chance for a break for Dustin. It's just off his stick. So even for the folks who have been around for a while, it's kind of a different feeling here. Looking at the paper in the morning on the last day of the regular season and seeing the Gophers in the standings in 4th place. Here's Dustin to pick it up. 3-on-2 break to center, but it hopped away from LaFleur and goal. Nights if necessary, and the Golden Gophers will be on home ice against either Minnesota Duluth or Michigan Tech, depending on where Minnesota finishes in the standings. Be the first time, the Gophers haven't played Duluth in playoffs very much at all. The last time was about 3-4 years ago at St. Cloud in a single game. Here's a sizzling shot by Woog that was caught by Litza. And as Rockman throwing a big hit into Jake Geisbauer on the far side. Might be kind of interesting to have that rivalry get heated up in a playoff situation. Puck was out of the zone, brought back in offside. Ready for this one, just waiting for a Husky player to come in. And Woog wins the face-off. Dustin to Zwackman. They tried to get it back into Woog, but it's intercepted by Santerre. Ahead to Geisbauer, but he had it tangled up in his skates. Schmidt trailing the play, couldn't get to it, and we're back to center ice, and Hultgren lobbing it in, and boy, did that thing skip into the corner. Godbout after it. Met behind the net, took a jolt to Stewart. Zwackman. And Stewart pries it free again. 4 guys locked up, all in the corner. Yep. I don't know.
Maybe here for a while. Bob Ames was hollering the players, move it.
Him, the real deal. Just a solid individual, Scott Bell. Pass to Paradis. Bobby Dustin there to sweep it away. Now the whistle goes. That he is on an advisory committee as a student representative for athletes. Minute to go in the period. Both Mac Boston and Scott Bell are on that committee. Well, there was a shot on goal. It was the first one in 6 minutes for the Huskies. There can't be an awful lot of shots in this period, I'll tell you. From center ice, here's McHugh to bring it in. Now looking for Bonnet, and it gets away from him. And Larson and Hultgren lock up. They pop it in front looking for Checo, or at least for Woog, and that didn't work. Gagnon floats it in. The Huskies will change on the go. Godbout chased by Lund. Now Woog pushes it to center, and Dustin slaps it in. We have played 4 minutes here in the third, and it's still tied at 2. Markstrom lost the puck. This is Godbout shooting it in from long range. Leitza playing it right back to the line. Markstrom shooting it in. And Gasso and Feeblecorn go to the corner. They'll make that move. And under a couple of bodies, puck still free. And here we go again. Finally, it's kicked loose. Ryman. His shot deflected away. Reeder can't control it. Ryman plays it in deep. Boy, what a steady defenseman Dan Ryman has developed into. Not a lot of flash. Back to the line, here's Walkman. Looking for Dustin, but it's broken up. Huskies bring it back in. Centering pass, it's a skate, and hops right through the crease. Out of the corner it comes, Walkman. Took a big hit, but got the puck to center. Now Schmidt back the other way. Schmidt trying to get in around Godbout, won't work. And Feeblecorn gets it out of the zone. Ryman is checked. Puck comes loose to Feeblecorn. He tries to race it ahead, but he's spun around and put down. And Stewart plays it back into his own end. Now the center ice and a long shot gloved by Callahan, stopping Jason Stewart. 12 minutes exactly. The interference call on Checo becomes a little more important.
It sure does. And when you look back at the replay, it's easier for us because we have the advantage of seeing the replay. The officials don't. But it was clearly the goaltender stepping in to Checo.
There was Ryman and Feeblecorn locking up at center, and Feeblecorn got the best of that one. Here's Feeblecorn battling for a loose puck. Sticks are flying. There's going to be a penalty coming up here, and it might, well, they're going to call it interference. We'll be right back.
He's been there, and he's the first one to admit when he makes a mistake. He's also the first one to say, hey, I can pick it up a notch too.
Lund back, or Lepler back in his own end, gives it to Lund. Markstrom spins with it at center, shoots it in. 3.5 to go. And Chris Markstrom continues to try to dig it out. Sandy Gasso is there, number 44. And Gasso trying to work his way in front. Markstrom again. Markstrom, number 21. Senior from the other Bloomington school, if you will, Kennedy. And back to center ice, they shoot it in.
Slashing call. And so Minnesota goes to the power play.
Oh, Woog nearly took it away. from the goaltender Litsa there, who was having some trouble. And it's a power play for Minnesota. A couple of seconds left. One last shot goes wide. And the horn goes. And the Gophers are able to win their last regular season game. So they split the weekend. And I would say both teams are pretty happy with what they got. To the WCHA Final 5. For the fans, the tournament trail begins in the scenic Rice Park in downtown St. Paul. For the teams, tournament trail began last weekend in early round play. And it ends tonight, or begins tonight, here in the Civic Center in St. Paul. The 5 surviving teams getting ready to play off. And in tonight's encounter, will be a very exciting matchup between the Golden Gophers of Minnesota and the Fighting Sioux from North Dakota. North Dakota is the only team in the WCHA that Minnesota did not beat this year. Curtis Murphy is there for the Fighting Sioux to relay it right back in. No icing as they rule. Wasley could have played it first. Now Zwackman gets the pass to center ice off the skate of Dan Woog. He has to backhand it in, and the Fighting Sioux will regroup in their own end. They have delayed offside here for some reason or another, waved off as the puck comes back to center. Now Rapana after it once more. Wraps it right back at center ice. Jason Godbout for Minnesota. And then it's shot in by Dan Woog. Goaltender Toby Kavelivon playing the puck for the first time. LaFleur put it in front of the net. And now it's played up on the far side by Sean Besway. Hopes to catch the Fighting Sioux in a line change. So dumps it in on Toby Kavelivon. The line change was made in a hurry, and now North Dakota will regroup in their own end. Wilson, a little drop pass, the return to Wilson, but he was held up by Woog at the near boards. Crowley battling to get it in, but took a solid wallop from Wilson. Back behind the net, played by Kevin Hookstein. Now Jet Biebelkorn trying to keep it alive, and they'll force the Fighting Sioux deep. Woog in after the puck. He spins Murphy off of it. Hookstein in the corner. Woog with another hit on Murphy. And from behind the net, True. Bill True, new to the lineup for the Fighting Sioux. And have played last year in junior college. Icing here. Yes, and we'll go back for a foul. And North Dakota, I think, Tom, right now, very much frustrating the Golden Gophers.
Boy, they certainly are, Frank. They have really keyed in on the top players. Really, neither team has had a lot of good offensive shots here at all. We've only had one shot in the whole game, that being by Minnesota. And once again, the tight checking of this playoff competition is really evident right here, because North Dakota knows they have got to play physical. They've got to slow Minnesota down.
2 men bring it in, led by Teeter Wynn. The drop to the line, and the pass is broken up by Wasley as Mark Pivets tried to send it in deep. Here's Greg Zwackman. Out at center ice, a little bit too far for Bob Dustin from Minnesota. And Pivets there to get it again. His pass to center. Now an interception by Minnesota. And Hendrickson spun off the puck and then knocked down, but Wynn gets it to center. Dustin there to break it up, and change anyway with the rest of his line mates. And now Kevin Hoogstein stripped of the puck. Biebelkorn with a shot. And that stop made by Toby Kavelivon. Fighting Sioux regain control. And at center, it's picked off by LaFleur, and he dumps it right back in. Minnesota here relegated to a dump and chase game, and it's going to be tough going in the corner as Dustin takes a hit there from Dane Litke.
Nobody run! Nobody run!
Now the corner play to Godbout right in front. It's off a skate. Woog shooting, tipped by Godbout. At the side, and trying to get it to Dustin, and in traffic, it comes right back. Bobby Dustin well covered and unable to reach for that puck. No icing here as, again, the puck slows up as it heads towards the goal line. And LaFleur dumps it off to the near side to get some help from Godbout. He goes to shooting it in, and it just skipped away from Kavelivon. Lob to center ice, knocked down by Godbout, then he's knocked down by Curtin. Woog shooting it in deep. Dustin tries to go after it, and he was hooked and tied up a bit. Now Biebelkorn waiting for a loose puck. There is Pivets and Dustin.
Come on, True, play the puck.
And finally, Tree played the puck, but Minnesota gets it away. Here's Godbout centering for Dustin. He pushed the shot just wide. Feeblecorn looking for Woog. It gets away, and then Woog takes quite a rap from Pivots. And again, Tom, the Fighting Sioux really playing that body hard. You'll see your connection to the WCHA.
It's much easier to turn one again once you've done it. Frank?
Mike, thanks very much, and you stay by. In the next minute 15 or so, we'll come down to you to get our intermission underway here at the Civic Center. With Minnesota leading now 1-0 over the Fighting Sioux, and here is Brian LaFleur back to get it at his own line. Over to freshman defenseman Jason Godbout, who had trouble. Landon Wilson with a steal. Takes it in deep, under a minute to go. Wilson checked into the corner very effectively by a much smaller defenseman, Brian LaFleur. Now Godbout with a hit, but not before the Fighting Sioux were able to deliver a pass to the doorstep. Nomenko, the defenseman, in deep centers it. That was rejected. It's tipped loose by Woog, and then played in deeper by Litke. Wilson behind the net again, locked up by LaFleur. Breaks free. Tried to center it, but taken away by Feeblecorn. And now Wilson was upended by LaFleur, and I think LaFleur is going to go. Might have been somebody in the corner there, Tom.
It's going to be Feeblecorn on the far side. He was alone.
You're watching the Final Five on MSC, your connection to the WCHA.
And try to throw them right into the offensive zone to force the Fighting Sioux into making some defensive mistakes.
1-1 the score. Both teams scoring on the power play. And from the scrap at center ice, True knocked down, and then in turn Crowley knocked down. And it's back to the line. It gets away from Hoogstein. It's taken away by Feeblecorn. His pass is too far for Woog, and then Feeblecorn goes after it. Kavalivog didn't clear it very well, and puck comes loose out of the corner to Hoogstein. He skates to center ice along with Corey Johnson, elects to shoot it in on goal, and Callanan will play it back behind the net. 4 minutes into period one. And out at center ice. Loose again to Hoogstein. He and Crowley go after it, and Pivots flips it in. Here's LaFleur behind the net.
Stick! Get the stick out!
They pop it right up the middle, and it's driven all the way out of there. Got to remind you, folks, that you're not listening to the coaches. You're listening to the officials who call an icing here. Kraft will go after it. He whacks it in deep. And Nick Nomenko, native of Chicago, back to grab it for the Fighting Sioux. They misfire on a pass, but still gain control at center. Now handed away to Dan Woog, and Woog shoots it in.
Move.
Nomenko looking for Scott Curtin. A block at the line, but the puck comes free, and North Dakota scoots to center ice in a hurry. And this is Landon Wilson to slide it in. Swackman from behind his own net, met by the rugged Scott Curtin. And out to center ice, they get it to Dustin, to Feeblecorn, and he and Rapana will go to the corner. A couple of big guys, and Rapana with the big hit. Boy, there was some real size meeting up there behind the net. Here's Rapana once more. Kevin Rapana, number 23, will throw checks with the best of them. He is a native of Duluth and went to Duluth East High School, and from center ice he shoots it in. Crowley. And now Dan Treble out of...
Yeah, the speed has picked up a little bit in this second period. This is Minnesota's game when it gets to that point. You look at one of the grinders all season long, the coach of the son of the coach of the Golden Gophers, Doug Woog. And Danny Woog doing a great job as far as his checking role with his hockey club, and has added a few goals along the way.
Here's Curtis Murphy back in his own end over to Kevin Rapana. And a two-man rush in over the line led by Scott Curtin, who drops it in the slot. The shot stopped by Callanan, making a big save on Murphy. Callanan read that one well. He could see the defenseman coming in from the right point all the way. Here's Murphy again, this time from the left side. And Callanan is there to strip him of the puck. Dustin in the corner. It's taken away by Curtin, who centers it. That's deflected away. And Woog gets it to Feeblecorn. Now 3-on-2 for Minnesota as they bring it in. Rapana rides Feeblecorn to the corner. And Murphy gets the loose puck. It bobbles on him. But they get it to Tyler Rice at center. He shot it ahead to the Fighting Sioux boards bench just as they were making a line change. To center ice. Woog to Hendrickson. Hendrickson alone again by Minnesota, but LaFleur has some trouble with the puck at the line. It looked like it hit some fly paper there as it stuck at the blue line. Now picked up by Checo once more. And dug out by Johnson. Dustin there to pick it up and shoot it in. First man to it, Kevin Rapana. And in the corner now where Wilson was dropped, or Wilson going after it in the slot. Now picked up on the far side once again by Hoopstein. And the return to Hoopstein. He was tied up at the line there, and they let play go on. In deep for the Fighting Sioux, Corey Johnson. But now Jet Feeblecorn for Minnesota to bring it to center. Checked at the line, hangs on to the puck in front center. Launches it in for a Minnesota line check. Connection to the WCHA.
Not only because of his regular play on the ice, but also on the specialty teams, the power play, the penalty killing. And the freshman, who is a great candidate for Rookie of the Year in the WCHA, is out for this third period.
Play back behind the Minnesota net. And back at the Fighting Sioux line, the rush is broken up. There was a vote among Dan Woog, ready for this face-off, and wins the draw. Back to Jason Gottbaut. Here's Ryan LaFleur now. And Woog reaching forward at center. Now Kevin Hoopstein, number 8. Hoopstein. Thunder Bay lost control of it. Now Jared Olson spinning away with the puck. This is Bob Dustin for Minnesota playing it deep. Game was tied at 1 after one period of play. The second period goal by Kraft giving Minnesota a 2-1 lead.
Let him go.
I think they get the message by now.
They'll continue to tell it all night long, believe me.
And in the corner, True, number 14, has been one of those pleasant surprises for the Fighting Sioux. Nemenko fakes the shot, and a sprawling play by Woog to knock it away. Gardner took himself out of the play, but then reached back with the stick to knock it away from Nemenko.
Boy, that was a great play by Danny Woog, because all of a sudden you're sliding by. What am I going to do? But fortunately, his stick was long enough to get a piece of the puck.
Now here's Hankinson getting a power play. The outlet pass to Dan Woog. And at center ice, Scott Bell back to Woog. Fired it right in front, but Kevin Rapana just stepped up and made a nice block on that pass across. Jason Gottbaut across to Dan Woog as Minnesota has his number 2 power play unit on. They find LaFleur, and his change of pace shot goes wide. Bell digs it out, weaves his way through one to the line. That shot rejected. And Gottbaut back to center ice to get it. Here's LaFleur once more to Woog, and he wraps it away. Tries to get it in past Litke. That won't work. The penalized player, Nemenko, steps on as the puck goes deep in the Minnesota end. They've waved off the icing. Pass is deflected. It's back to center. And victory, or even a playoff victory, in 1 year, in 15 years. Goes back to 1978-79. Teeter wins spin 3 at the line, got it to Wilson. A nice return pass was stopped by Callahan, who was trapped and knocked down, but they get it to Bob Dustin at center. And then it's taken away by Brett Herniak. It was Herniak and Wilson working that 2-man rush up the left side. I think identified him as Teeter Wynn. Bounces loose at the line. And we have a half a period to play as Feeblecorn's shot was broken up by Nemenko, who, like pivots, have played rock-solid games back on defense for the Fighting Sioux. Rush led to center ice by North Dakota's Sean.
And when you talk to Dean Blaze, he'll tell you that Toby Kavalabog has really been one of the keys as the season wound down.
Here's Dan Woog playing it to the line for LaFleur across to Gottbaut. Now he flips it back in the air. He's bouncing down at the line, and Scott Bell drops back to pick it up. Now a steal at center. Rice brings it in deep for the Fighting Sioux. And Curtin in the corner. John Beswick goes after it and throws a big hit. Back out at center ice, Minnesota. Gottbaut to Checo. Shallow angle looking for Gottbaut. Oh, a nice play by Curtis Murphy to break it up. Now Keith Murphy. Pass is deflected by...
It has really picked up. A lot of heavy hitting out here. Brian Bonham has taken numerous checks, and that's the style that North Dakota want to play. Keying on him. And he's taking some good hard hits, but he's made some good plays as well.
Now Dan Woog breaking for it. Take outside hard by Murphy. Comes back to get the loose puck. Stripped of the puck again. And up on the near rail. All right, 2:10 to go. I would imagine the Fighting Sioux would need to start pressing now for the equalizer if they haven't already. And we talked a little bit about some of their rushes. Here comes Dustin. Jammed off the puck. And now from behind the Fighting Sioux net, Rice went down and got about at center. Threw it in, and then he was wrapped pretty hard at center ice. They dump it in once more. That's all Minnesota has to do right now, is keep the Fighting Sioux derailed. Final action, but there is an air of a championship game here at the Civic Center in St. Paul, as the Golden Gophers get ready to take on the regular season champs, the Tigers from Colorado College.
Pretty well stymied all season long by goal posts and whatnot, but he gets the first goal of this game.
Minnesota has scored first only 16 times this year, that being less than half the schedule. And in those 16 games, they've won 10. A drop pass at the line brought in deep by Jason Christopherson, and it's loose behind the net. Rolls free again, and controlled for a moment by Colin Schmidt. Now out of a scrap, puck played in deeper by David Paxton. And a couple players lock up in the corner once more. Shoveled to center ice, intended for Jet Feeblecorn. He gets a bit of a break at center as Paxton had trouble, and then Feeblecorn bumped off the play.
Case. Okay, where is it?
Yeah, who took it? Bosley back to get it. Chased in the corner. Takes a hit on the play from Raynard, and a shot goes wide. And loose up in the rail once again, and here's Jet Feeblecorn. Left wing pass, hopped off a stick, grabbed by Woog, who fires. Bach turns it away. And Woog electing to shoot in a hurry to get a shot on goal and get something happening down low. But the Tigers are able to break it to center, and at center ice, Elfring bumped off the puck. Elfring, number 21 for the Tigers, and the smallest enrollment-wise Division I school with a hockey program, and a terrific tradition indeed. 11 minutes to go, period one. The Tigers trailing the Golden Gophers 1-0 on a goal by freshman Ryan Kraft. Here's Mike Crowley in his own end. And Paxton, Dave Paxton goes after it. Forced right back out at center. These Tigers are explosive. They lead the WCHA in shorthanded goals scored with 15. As you can see, their breakaway speed on the penalty kill, which is about to end as Steiner will step on. Dan Wu goes cross rink for the defenseman Brian LaFleur. In past Needham. In behind the net. And they leave it in the corner there. Here's Jet Feeblecorn. He's tied up now by Needham. Paxton gets a piece of it, and Paxton gave it away, and then in turn Minnesota's Dan Wu gave it away. It's played all the way down, icing here.
And did not go off the palm of the glove. It looked like it more like to the side of the glove.
Still better than a minute on the power play for Minnesota. Here's Brian LaFleur, and they roll it down low. Woog is out there. And at the side, they tried to get it to Crowley, who was pinching in, but a pass like that misfails. It easily can come to center and often can be a short-handed break the other way, as the Tigers were ready to pounce on that one. Bob Needham shoots it all the way down. 50 seconds, as you see, left of the Minnesota power play. And they start the breakout rush from their own end. To Dan Woog at center. Woog brings it in and into Bob Dustin. He is wrapped up on the play by Kent Ferns. And Woog to the corner. Dustin puts it in front, gets it right back, centers it across, and a redirection by Crowley goes back behind the net. Now played to the line. LaFleur holds the zone, and only 20 seconds remain on the power play. Larson in the slot had hopped away from him, and McNeil ready to shoot it down. Well, if they're going to get a power play goal here, you see they have to hurry. Drought. And has given the Badgers, they told me after last night's game, a big lift to be able to know that that monkey is off their back.
interesting when you talk to the coaches, you say, who would you care to play in the championship round if you get there? Doesn't matter, as long as we get there. 200 pounds can certainly attest to the ability of some of these strong defensemen.
Took that forearm right across the melon. Here's McNeil with a steal. Throws it down deep. And Treble is there to tip it away, but Gudmundsson jumps on that loose puck. Number 8, Jessen Gudmundsson, who's back into the Tiger lineup after missing a few games with a flu bug. Big scorer in junior hockey as well. Gudmundsson, number 8, rolled up 135 points last year. McNeil trying to tee it up. And it wraps loose back behind the net. Semifinal action between Minnesota and Colorado College. And the Golden Gophers lead the Tigers 3-0. There's a hit back behind the play. A delayed call coming up here on the Tigers. And what do we got? Well, I believe we're going to call it a charge. LaFleur. There's the power play time. Fires a pass to center. They go right wing now to Hankinson. Hayes chased outside by Paxton. Tried to pop it in the middle and it's taken away by Needham. Shorthanded to center. And it's brought up by Boddicker. And taken right away by Godbout. Now he comes up ice with Larson. Larson takes a hit from Needham, got the puck in over the line. And the penalty killers for the Tigers able to shoot it out. Only 20 more seconds left on that minor penalty to Raynard. Battling to get 3 is Spiegelkorn. Backs up there with Needham, who takes the puck away. And now Bottker throwing it ahead. And the penalty now is over. So we're 5 skaters aside. 12 minutes to go, second period. Bob Dustin spins, centers it. Nice shot on goal by Spiegelkorn. And here comes Woog. Half minute on the power play. Dave Larson gains the zone, looks for Hankinson. And the pass was deflected by Suizo. Cleared by Suizo all the way out of there. Now a foot race for the puck as Bodker tracks it down with Jason Godbout. LaFleur there as well. And Godbout. 3-on-2, they hit the line. And a save by Bach. Burns. And now Suizo, can he get it out? Yep. And LaFleur back there to get it. Now here comes Minnesota again. This time Dan Hendrickson. At the line, a shot by Godbout, rebound loose, but cleared by Ferns. Oh, Ferns was bumped by Spiegelkorn, and taken away by Kraft, 2-on-1. Woog with Spiegelkorn, the shot, and a goal!
It certainly did in that situation. Wants a pass coming out of the own zone. All of a sudden, Wu has it. The Tigers got trapped again, leaving a 2-on-1 situation. Spiegelkorn comes in on the off wing, and what a nice pass across, right on the stick. You see Ryan Bach coming across, trying to get the pad over in time, but it actually went a little bit too quick and went between the legs, and so the Gophers, again, have taken a 3-goal lead.
Number 4 this year for Jed Spiegelkorn. It gives Minnesota a lead in this game. We're going to give that second assist now to Kraft. He had the outlet pass from the Minnesota end. And now here's Bob Dustin. 2:20 to go, period 2. And it gets away from Tim Suizo back to center. Moment with our second intermission. Jed Spiegelkorn will be coming by with Mike Max. Standout hockey player at Johnson High School on the city's east side. And from a dangerous play at the side of the net, it was knocked away by Charlie Wasley. Garanazo keeps the pressure on shooting it deep. Here's Colin Schmidt. Oh, wrap around and a goal. It's a 1-goal game. A long way from over this one is. Now we're down to a 4-3 score.
Obviously, it was that very excited with what's happening right now. The wraparound, Callan not able to get over in time, and a good play by the junior Colin Schmidt out of Regina, Saskatchewan, brings his team to within 1.
In the corner, they flip it around. Just past the 4-minute mark of period 3. Tigers scoring 2 here in the opening 1:45 of the third period. It's a 1-goal game. And at the line, the puck comes loose once more. Rude being chased back now by Woog. Woog gets it, tied up by Ferns. Dropped. Ferns gets the puck. And now has precious little room to get rid of it. Finally got it ahead to Stuart Botker, who got a piece of it to tip it down. No icing as Godbout goes back for the puck. And Dustin gets rid of it. Then Needham in with a check. Dustin shovels it to center. And from center ice, Botker, a freshman, shooting it back in. Feeblecorn, who scored Minnesota's 4th goal, tries an outlet pass. To Hankinson. He was covered, and the Tigers slip it back in. Callanan had it. The defenseman there, Godbout, I'm not sure knew where the puck was. And at the line, they keep play alive. Shane. Now Woog. And it's chipped by Feeblecorn to get it back out, and a pretty good forecheck being applied right now by the Tigers, who dumps. Dan Treble at center ice, leaves it. And Woog lost it. And from the scrap at center, got too many men?
Yep.
Against Minnesota, I believe. Oh, and it wasn't even close.
10-11.
Tigers down by a goal. They'll go to a power play. Sure what, make a change, 8.5 to go in regulation. Dan Treble. Redirected by Bob Dustin, batted down by Steinert, played in deep by Minnesota's Woog. Feeblecorn trying to break free. McNeil watching him. McNeil got the puck loose and sets Ferns up to race it to center. Now brought in on the left side, right side by Jason Goodmanson. And look at the traffic. The Minnesota player shoved into the net. He was shoved in there by Chad Remical. I'm not sure who got shoved, but the goal comes loose.
Danny Woog was coming back with Remical right into the net area. In fact, Remical lost one glove, and then all of a sudden there was another glove on the ice.
Now they should rule that this play. This faceoff should be back at center. Half minute on the power play. 4.5 in regulation. Dan Woog. And the second power play unit for Minnesota comes to the line, but they're turned aside. And now called on a delayed offside. Puck in and out. Dan Woog in there. And the draw won by Jay McNeil. Ooh, McNeil heading up ice looking for that outlet pass from Needham. And it just failed to click. Ryan LaFleur behind the net. That minor penalty to Remical about to expire. And as the puck comes free, Bach way out. The Minnesota player, Larson upended, and the slot play goes on. Penalties over here, but the puck must have been shot down early. No icing anyway. And now Minnesota in a 5-on-5 skating situation, racing ahead. LaFleur. And he is checked. Now he moves in, and Bach is there to pull it away. LaFleur, the defenseman, in deep, shoots it around, and then he'll go back, collected by Schmidt, and from center ice, flipped in deep by Christopherson, and a giveaway here, and an errant pass. Christopherson shooting, deflected, a goal!
I called Doug Woog and Bill Butters both. It went undetected. You couldn't tell from that angle, and so the goal will stand.
4-4 score, under 2 minutes left in regulation. Oh, Treble has real problems with that one as an on-rushing play by Stuart Botker nearly resulted in a goal. And right now we're pretty much an election show. George Gwozdecki was on his right. From the draw, it's back to the line, and
this is where you try and get away with anything you possibly can. Minnesota trying to just get the pass back with the hand, picked up by the official, so the faceoff will come outside the Tiger blue line.
Colin Schmidt going in, and right from the dot, Woog weaves his way in, played the puck ahead, and taken away, however. Colin Schmidt racing up ice. LaFleur took him out. LaFleur, a bit of a smallish defenseman, but playing the body very well. Not only today, but last weekend as well in the playoffs. Out at center, Elfring knocks it away, then actually hands it away to Godbout. He crossed center, then shoots it in deep. Under a minute to go in a tie game. Bonnet at the line, bridge shot, hits traffic, box on it in a hurry, and he gets a whistle.
Good quick shot by Treble coming in. That's the importance of the defense moving up to the blue line as quick as
We are headed to overtime in this semifinal game. The Tigers have scored the last 3 goals and the only 3 goals of the third period to tie it at 4. We're headed to OT. Shot and a goal! Oh, they're going to wave it off!
Oh, it was wide open, too. They are going to call Bonnet, I believe, for going into the goaltender. Call a penalty at it. We'll wait and see. And Scotty Bell is just pointing his finger and saying, that's twice now that you've gotten us. And Doug Woog back on the player bench.
Crease.
Watch the play once again. Watch for Bonnet right now. Is he taking into the crease area? Oh, boy.
Wow.
Now the timeout.
Now you'll call it off there.
Let's go, guys, right now.
Timeout is coming. And they're going to wait just as long as they can. And that was, you heard Tom Goddard ask Doug Woog, you want your timeout now? And Woog says no. He'll call it out there. And then Dan Woog, the center iceman, did call a timeout, just milking a couple extra seconds. All right, here's the, from the face-off, here's Needham. Chased by Dustin. Hangs on to the puck, battles through and shoots it down. They fire it in front, and it was blocked away by Bonin. Rude shooting high. Dustin whacks at it. And
Secondly, he's thinking about that hit. I've got to move the puck out of the zone first, and then I'll worry about the hit after.
Ryan Bach back in his own end. You know, the word on him is that he plays the puck quite well. And about 2-3 minutes ago, we really saw him doing some dancing with that thing up the slot. Crowley launching it in. Bach stops it, Burns gets it, ducks the check. And now here's Ryan Raynard. Pass to Enga. And into the corner it goes as he upends Crowley. Biebelkorn got it to center. Burns now. And Enga to the crease, no icing. And they say, oh darn it, now we got to change in a hurry.
Play.
Brink breaks it up. Flip to center. And LaFleur steps into his man to break up the rush. Here's Andy Brink reaching for a puck. Drops it back. Nice play by Schmidt. Biebelkorn takes a hit. Brink centering it. Hit by Woog behind the net. Biebelkorn, who has one of Minnesota goals, plays it over to LaFleur, and it's back to Wasley at center ice. Now Brink tipping it in over the line, breaking through. Woog reaching for it, broken up by Ferns. Ferns can't get it out. Wasley can't keep it in. Now LaFleur. And from center ice, Christopherson dumps it to the corner. 7:13 on the clock. Oh! Callahan, 2 saves, rebound to go! And the Tigers are headed to the championship game. We'll have the Apex One post-game show coming your way in just a moment. Tigers win this semifinal. For the Golden Gophers, pretty much locked in. They need to fight through this one, however, after the disappointment of yesterday. We'll have today's opening face-off between the University of Minnesota and Denver University after this timeout.
This is the third game in 3 days for the Gophers. They have got to be physically tired, but they are not showing those signs early in this first period.
Mike Naylor once again. Mike Naylor with a shot, trying to sneak it in on Jeff Moan off the post, but Moan had it covered. And that was the first shot that he has faced, although they may not officially count that on goal. Key now, probably Jeff Moan is wishing that he would have a shot or two here just to get into the flow. Certainly the way the rest of his teammates have gotten into the flow. Denver with the rush to center. Warren Smith throwing it ahead on the right side. It rolls in deep. Charlie Host picked up a goal for Denver yesterday back behind the net. And it's centered. It comes all the way through. Into the corner it goes. And they jam up. Dug out of the corner by Minnesota's Jay Mosier. They roll it out at center ice. Mosier hasn't played for Minnesota since the team was up at Michigan Tech.
to upset the other team, and so often they'll try and take their mind off the game. If they can do little things with their stick or say something, it does take the players' minds off because you're thinking about retaliation or getting him or doing something to him. And so when players like Scotty Bell say that, you know that Suey's antics are working out there in some fashion.
It's kind of like a baseball player who likes to dance off of first base to taunt the pitcher, get his mind off the batter. And often it will work. 3-0 hockey game here. And we're just barely 5 minutes in. Dan Hendrickson in the corner for Minnesota. There's Travis Smith, number 2. And a centering pass by Woog is in a couple of skates and flipped ahead early and quickly by Garrett Pouzan, number 11. The substitution player, if you will, for DU. Andy Brink's pretty darn good right now for the Pioneers, keeping Minnesota far to the outside. From center ice, Andy Brink shooting it in, and Wallanaimo behind the net to leave it there. It comes low. Oh, shot and a goal. Larson, second.
Wallenheimer looked like he was almost diving in that puck. Problems right here. You can see him with the puck. He just leaves it, doesn't really look. Woog comes in there, gets a puck on over the far side, and all of a sudden Larson standing right there. He puts it up high. Wallenheimer not able to get back in time. And so Larson scores his second goal of the game. Minnesota has exploded here in the first period.
Woog gets the lone assist, 7:33, the time of the power play goal. But I think it's a real testament to their character.
Yeah, players have a lot of pride. I mean, they are very competitive. That's why they get to this level of the game. And when you lose a game as tough as it was last night for Minnesota, to rebound like this shows something about the character of that team. Now, right now, what Denver has to do, though, they have really got to start just kind of picking away here, one goal at a time. We've seen them come back before. We've seen Minnesota lose those leads before, 3-goal leads. Now, all of a sudden, we'll see what this game is going to wind up with because we still have...
And much can happen. This one comes fluttering towards Wallanaimo. Gave it away to Hankinson. And had that puck been perhaps a bit lower, he'd been coming in a little slower, he was going to bag a goal there because that net was wide open. This is Hendrickson taken to the rail pretty hard by Paul Cook. And now brought to center ice.
You mentioned Larson with 2 good chances just wide of the target, and Mosier at the end miscued on his shot.
Andy Brink has got Checo in front, and his shot hits the base of the net. Checo again, fired it wide. Penalty is over. Warren Smith is on. On MSC, your connection to the WCHA.
You've got to maintain that. You give it away, and the bad things are going to happen. And Elders with 2 goals yesterday gets 1 here today.
2-on-1 Minnesota, and a shot turned away by Wallanaimo, and it comes off the glass and then out of the rink. They did not kick in for Denver until the second. There were 5 skaters aside now. That goal, by the way, was not a power play goal. And they're giving it to Elders. But no one, apparently the officials haven't quite picked an assist yet for anybody.
There was no assist on it. Minnesota lost the puck in their own zone, and that's the reason for it.
I needed that reminder. At center ice, Dan Treble back to get it. And now picked up by Hankinson, but wrapped off his stick. Brink shoots it in. In their own end. Playing a very steady, cautious game. You're not guaranteed any scholarship going there. And then to play your way into a regular starting spot in a WCHA school is tough. And there, Wallanaimo again having more upsets that there are. Mean the more automatic bids will be given to other schools who might not normally qualify according to the RPI. And it will just continue to push Denver lower and lower. 12 will make it. And as I said, they were ranked number 9 coming in today. So that's not good news for the Pioneers. More important now, even more important for them to win this game. But they have to come back still from a 2-goal deficit here.
It cost them a few paychecks.
Those aren't fans talking, folks. A little conversation.
Those are officials talking about paychecks.
I have a feeling before the day's over, we might find out where they're going to have dinner. Angelo Ritchie shooting, and a nice save by Jeff Bone, but a point-blank shot right to him. And up on the far side, Dan Hendrickson. Back at the line. So this is the 5th power play now for Minnesota. And Wallenheimo tried to clear it around, just barely got it up on the near side where Dave Larson tackled Ritchie, but not enough to get a penalty.
You got 4 Minnesota players all in the same area.
Don't you tell the Mites, don't bunch up.
You want to throw a blanket over top of them.
Mike Naylor.
No.
Oh, man, another Denver player knocked down away from the puck. This time it was Cook. No whistle. Ritchie's centering pass, and it's taken away by Ryan Kraft. He's hooked.
It's a battle back to tie it up at 4 apiece.
2 minutes and 39 seconds apart. And Elders nearly put him ahead as he rushed. Back out at center.
Come on, man, get your stick down.
Shots are 9-8 Minnesota's favor in this period.
Get your stick down, gentlemen.
But 3 of the 8 Denver shots have gone in. Boy, they've got an outstanding shooting percentage. They have 18 shots on goal in this game, and they've got 4. Here's a redirection by Woog. It goes deep.
Let him go. Paul, let him go. That's it.
Well, somebody will do something with it sooner or later.
Let's go. Mr. Henriksen, let that go. Come on, Mr. Henriksen.
Well, he wants him to let it go, but he's not going to give it to an opponent.
Right
He
there,
might.
guys, that's all. Shut up. Hey. Hey, Mr. Ritchie, you're going to end up going. You know what? If you're going to end up going, bye-bye, you don't shut your mouth.
No help. No
You want
help.
me to talk back? I'll talk back to you.
I don't want to take it. Johnny, back off.
I said, if you want, you understand?
Back off.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Now the official,
No more.
officials showing who's in control here right now. Enough is enough. They'll let them go so long, and if the player continues to argue, eventually attempt misconduct.
This year.
Definitely. I'm just trying to work hard. I'm playing with a couple good players, Max Williams and Jamie Spencer, and the puck's bouncing my way this year.
And you helped set the game winner yesterday for Max Williams. Mike, thanks so much. Good luck tonight. We'll see you there. Frank, back up to you.
Thank Michael.
You know, Frank, it's so interesting. You watch a player here watching a game in the afternoon. You got a championship game. A lot of times the players like to rest, but also the nervousness comes in as well. And I think that's what he is right now. He wants to get out of that hotel environment, get into a rink environment where he can watch a game and maybe feel better about coming into the game tonight.
Staring at those 4 walls could just drive you crazy during the course of the day. Here's Casey Hankinson for Minnesota. Battled through a couple of checks to shoot it down, but didn't cross center. Well, he thought he crossed center. I don't think they're getting many calls here this weekend. 20 more minutes of regulation time coming. Scott Bell will be joining us. Maybe seeing an awful lot of them in the coming years.
It's tough when you're a player and you're injured like that, especially a guy like Crowley who gets so much ice time. You'd have to watch a game rather than participate in it.
Here's Dan Wu playing it in deep. And then it's shot around by Petri Gunther. Up on the far rail, Andy Brink took a penetrating hit, kept the play alive at least for a moment, then it's cleared out. Here's Andy Brink. Tied up there by Naylor. And it's wrapped back out at center ice. And McLean gets it in. Treble has to go after it. Naylor pressuring him. He had to unload in a hurry. Back to the Pioneers. Diving play by Paul Cook to knock the puck free. Here's Cook. He takes a hit from Bertliot. And right in front of backhand. What a save by Wallenheimo. Keeping this game tied at 4. You're watching the Final 5 on MSC, your connection to the WCHA.
Take the body when you come into forecheck. All of a sudden the puck comes loose right out in front. And very quickly, Bertley out there with that shot. You can see also, look at Wallenheimo. He's almost lunging towards the puck shooter right here. Trying to get a piece of it. A lot of bodies coming in the air at the same time, and eventually just able to hang on to that.
Okay, guys, let's go.
And from the face-off, it's pulled back by Denver's York, number 18. Here's Travis Smith. Hit by Hendrickson. Checo knocks it free. Hankinson in front. Nice play by Klasnick to come back and intercept. And finally Travis Smith on the near side. 4-4 the score and 13 minutes to go. Regulation time. Hankinson throws a check. The puck comes free and then loose again at the line. Play is alive to Bjork. He shoots. He shot high. Now Travis Smith threw it in the middle. It's taken away by Hankinson. He has trouble controlling it. Looks like we're back to a sticky situation with the ice surface again. Ice. And a good thing that glass was high. And Travis Smith behind his own net. Now to center. York scoots around Zwackman. Big save by Moan. Got just enough of it to deflect it to the corner. Bjorkman to the side. They tried to work it in front end up by Host. Host shooting it back around again. As you heard the call there by Buzz Schneider. But Minnesota touched it, so the whistle did not go. LaFleur. And here's Hendrickson. Hands it away. Diving play by Woog to prevent the shot by Travis Smith. Boy, that was a big move. Klasnick tied up. Post in there as well for the Pioneers. Klasnick away with the puck. His backhand is stopped by Jeff Moan, who holds on. We'll have a face-off coming up. And we'll take a break.
Good.
And in they come. Right up the middle, it goes all the way through. Hankinson a whack. And a big save by Wallenheimo. Well, he's been a big factor in this game. Bjork. Shot goes wide. The first 3 Minnesota goals were scored on the starting goaltender, Jim Mullen. And then Larson made it 4-0 on a power play goal on a giveaway by Wallenheimo. But then he's been solid, as we showed you a few minutes ago. And now here's LaFleur, and he is taken down on a play. 5.5 minutes left. LaFleur shooting again. We showed you a few minutes ago Minnesota with its 4 goals in the first 7 and 7:33 of the game. And nothing since. Klasnick now with the loose puck, and he brings it to center for the Pioneers. Minnesota looking to make a line change.
Away from obviously the championship where you're trying to get to.
Jason Elders for the Pioneers racing in. Still a considerable stake in this game for the Pioneers. We told you a little bit earlier as we put together our power ratings for this morning. Denver ranked number 9 in the country. Here's Dan Woog bringing it in. Denver ranked number 9, but with the upsets going on out east, there will be some surprises, automatic surprises, if you will, to overtime on the horizon here at the Civic Center in St. Paul. 4-4, the Pioneers and the Golden Gophers.
Austin will pick you up in that position. And when you're on the ice, you're not thinking about your legs. All you're thinking about what your job is out there, what you have to do. And when you get in the defensive zone, that's where you really need those forwards coming back in deep to help out the forwards. Offensively, you go for that net. Take a shot, look for a rebound, look for an opening, look for anything at all. And both goaltenders right now, Jeff.
You're talking about some of the strategic assignments and all, and overtime and how you walk. How much if it becomes a factor of I don't want to make a mistake? And does that tighten you up a little bit?
Well, it shouldn't tighten you up so much as it is you don't want to give that puck up. When you've got possession, you want to make certain that when you give the puck to somebody, it's going to be one of your teammates or a good shot on net.
There's Brian Bonin breaking for the net, and he was hooked enough to misfire. A blast, a rebound! And Wallenheimo covers! Woog had a terrific chance on that rebound.
Oh, Brian Bonin again with a great opportunity, too. Good hard shot. He is so low to the ice. Good, good support and good balance out there. He just let a good shot go. Wallenheimo won. There's the shot first of all. Look at that big right kick save of his. And all of a sudden, Woog standing in the doorstep, getting not 1 but 2 shots. And Wallenheimo getting his glove underneath that, or on top of that puck, and making certain he was going to hold on.
The Gophers, they came out tough right away, and we can't let up like this. Hopefully we can get a win out here and help us in the NCAAs.
What's your status? Injured the knee?
I just stretched the ligament a little bit, so hopefully I'll be ready for next week.
All right, thanks so much, Justin. Best of luck.
All right, thanks.
Ran into Brink, and then they were just 2 guys locked up, and they're going to let that go all the time. Back to the slot for Ortiz. His shot through the crease and just wide. Travis Smith waits for it. Angelo Ricci is there as well. Somebody threw it to center ice. Well, if I'm down on all fours, I'll just pick it up and throw it.
Getting close to baseball season.
Trick is to throw it without closing your hand. Bonin, what a move! What a save! And here's Bill to pick it up. Walkman, long shot, knocked down. Elders battling to get it free, and now it's to center ice, 3-on-2 again. Ritchie onside, Elders breaking in. What a save by Moan!
Oh, boy.
And to center. Well, they're saving the most exciting for overtime. Here's Elders. He's wrapped up by LaFleur. Still in. And that shot by McMillan hit Bell. And then McMillan was blasted by Bertliot. And they ruled Travis Smith could have played it. Rattles it off the wall. It gets away from Woog. Gets grabbed by Host. 3-on-2. Now 4-on-2. They're offside. Power play goal. That by Larson. This is their 6th try.
You notice that puck was bouncing just enough that allowed the Denver Pioneers to move in on the puck handler and take away the offensive threat from Minnesota.
Cook back behind the net. 2 Minnesota players on him. Now McLean in the corner is bumped. 53 in the power play. LaFleur to a treble. Wrist shot. Deflected into the corner. Bonin now. Larson. He waits. Off Woog's stick. Bonin again. Treble at the line. Goes to LaFleur. Now down low to Bonin once more. Treble a one-timer off of the skate of Bjork. Larson and McLean go after it. And a half minute to go. Larson had it. Cook there. Pioneer. Oh, Cook goes down but couldn't control the puck. Woog shooting it back around and they have to dart after it. Bjork to pick it up for the Pioneers. Skates it to center. Takes. Still has it. Minnesota wanting to make a change. Under 6 minutes left in overtime. Bell. Now Wasley. Bell again. Shoots it deep. McLean takes a hit from Woog. Gunther. Klasnick. And out at center ice, the Pioneers to Host. Pass easily picked off. Bonin after a loose puck. Brings it in. Knocked away by Gunther.
We got an offside here.
Treble flips it in. Minnesota touches up. Gunther pumped off the puck but came right back for it. Now Woog hustling. McLean lost it. Here is Bonin. He is tied up and the Pioneers get the loose puck to center. Klasnick lost it at the line. A good check by Treble. Here's Bonin fighting through a check. Centering it in the slot. Oh, Hankinson robbed by Wallenheim.
Smith, as you mentioned, Frank, 3 assists in this game. Almost got the winner.
Brian Bonin looking for Dan Woog, but it was deflected deep in the zone. Woog was looking for a breakaway there. Woog to Bonin! Wallenheim with a save. Looking like that's the star of the game.
Boy, he really has come on strong.
Bell takes a rattle. In the slot to Bonin. Centering it! A goal! It's over! Scott Bell!
How much you got left in you?
I got a lot. I admire our players. We had Scotty Bell in just before that with our Brian Bonin in. Danny made a nice pass to Bonin. Bonin made a nice pass to Bell, and it's fitting.
Apex One post-game show. We'll have a break matchup tonight between CC and Wisconsin. Overtime final. We'll be back in a moment.
Right here, and he likes to play the physical brand of hockey as well. You see Danny Woog with the puck right here. He gets it over to Brian Bonin. Brian spots Bell coming back in the net. They just let him go. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Look at the opening there. A little bit of room. He puts it away. And what a big goal for a very tenacious player.
As a possible MVP, you might also look at Brian Bonin. There.
Productions presents the 1995 Division I Ice Hockey Championship. From the Dane County Coliseum in Madison, Wisconsin, it's the Minnesota Golden Gophers versus the Rensselaer Engineers. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Sam. Tamburo sets the play for his defenseman, John Perron. Perron can't connect with Hamlin at center ice. Puck backhanded into the zone by Dan Woog, the son of the head coach for Minnesota. Girardi on the right wing. Up ahead, nice pass to Eric Healy. Healy at center ice, softly backhands it into the Minnesota zone. However, it is taken out of the zone and controlled along the near side boards. Minnesota coming in here in a building they're very familiar with. RPI having yesterday's practice and this morning's skate around is the only opportunity to really get used to the dimensions of this building. Here's Brian LaFleur in deep, tries to center. Play was checked. Play along the near side boards. Puck is loose in deep. Off the faceoff. Dan Woog tried to walk in and was checked. Gophers keep the play in at the line. Shot from the point. Brink hit the post. He hit the post where it meets the crossbar. Andy Brink got one shot off from the left point. This one coming from the right point. And Tamburo and the Engineers are oh so grateful to still be in a scoreless tie. Patrick Brownlee checked in deep. And the Gophers have come with their forechecking game. Hustling over but not able to keep it in the zone was Greg Zwackman for RPI.
Well, it really was as a turnover inside the Minnesota red line led to that.
Great hustle by Dan Woog to keep the play in at the line, but the Gophers could not control. Here comes Girardi. He is checked by LaFleur as he came to the line. The defenseman Chris Kiley fires in right wing corner. Girardi on it first, centering pass. It didn't connect with Eric Healy, who was breaking in off the left wing. Play still on in the Minnesota zone. Here's Hamlin. Nifty playmaking centerman throwing it into the corner. Healy back into the corner. Girardi and Hamlin are both there. But coming away with the puck is Dan Hendrickson, who fires in left wing corner. Back on his RPI trying to catch them. No can do. No icing though as the puck was shot in by Bartel the length of the ice. It was ruled it could have been played. Hamlin is checked as the puck goes up over.
Talk how great defensively they've been. Nobody made that all WCHA team.
Perron through a screen and we've got a whistle. Player in the crease. RPI had a player in the crease. It was Healy.
Big team, Dave. I think they need to start playing the body and make Minnesota start thinking about the check.
Maybe a little respect, too much respect shown by the Engineers for the Gophers. Perron being checked by Hendrickson in deep. Knocks him off the puck. Centering pass comes back to the line. Shot by Crowley and a save by Tamburo. Brownlee not able to clear up along the left wing boards as the Gophers pinch in. Hendrickson and Brownlee go in deep. Hendrickson with the puck. A heavy hit laid out in deep, but the puck comes loose to the RPI Engineers. This is Hamlin. Valuable time. Bell up ahead. Nice little pass from Bobby Dustin. Whistle blows. Play on in the RPI zone. The Engineers trying to get a little something going offensively. Most of the play has been in the RPI end of the building for the first period. Check was Brian Richardson as he tried to carry it over the line. It's chipped back in deep by Rochon. Andy Brink is on at first for Minnesota. Hendrickson is checked and knocked down. Puck shot right back in. A delayed offside being called. But Jeff O'Connor has to clear the zone for RPI. Here's Hendrickson. Slashed at by O'Connor. Broken up. Puck flipped in by Casey Hankinson. Bartel leaving it in deep. Checking is Casey Hankinson. Now O'Connor. Hendrickson still in control. Wrist shot. Saved by Tamburo. Dan Woog just off the bench. Goes deep into the corner. Woog checked on the play. Puck comes loose into the near corner. And Jeff O'Connor is able to get to it first for RPI. Not able to clear though. Askew. Finally the puck shot up over the glass.
One since Perron gone for this game, and if RPI were to play a game tomorrow, he would not be able to play. It's an automatic one-game suspension for the major game disqualification.
Quick shot by LaFleur is blocked and trickles in on Tamburo and then shot wide. On the ice was Scott Bell. Brink with a shot. It hit an RPI player and went wide. It hit Jeff Brick. LaFleur down low. LaFleur Along the boards as Checo sets up the shot by Scott Bell and a save by Tamburo. Checo that time, after having scored 2, tried to be the playmaker. Trying to poke it in short side as Bobby Dustin and Tamburo holds it. 2, RPI nothing. We'll be back in a moment.
The game, because so far Rensselaer has totally given Minnesota whatever it wants.
Right now RPI a man short with 1:40 left to go on that Minnesota power play. It was 5 minutes. Here's Bobby Dustin trying to drop it back, and checked is Scott Bell was checked. Puck shot the length of the ice, and Callahan will leave it for his sophomore defenseman Ryan LaFleur. On the move up the side, Feeblecorn for Dustin. Bobby Dustin puts on the brakes, gets it back to LaFleur, tees it up, shot blocked out in front. Puck still loose and cleared. Boy, what a gang of players out in front. Mike Tamburo, very similar to Nick Checo's second goal. 1 minute left to go on the power play. LaFleur up the left side, slides it in deep, and we're going to get in. And the draw is won by the Gophers for Brian LaFleur. LaFleur under a head of steam, up on the wing. Wing to wing for Bell, Scott Bell. Over the line, holding and looking. Down low. Woog. And Woog. Going wide right. Gets it back for LaFleur. Back for Woog. Down low. Bell centering. Bell looking for it. Can't find the handle. Is tied up, and RPI's Jeff O'Connor is able to bank it out of the zone. 10 seconds left on this Minnesota power play. LaFleur. And Andy Brink is deep. Brink takes a hit from O'Connor. Penalty is up. RPI back at full strength. The puck was shot in off of Scott Bell's stick. RPI getting sort of just keeps coming at you. They have such great skaters.
Yeah, they really do, and they have defensemen who can turn it out quickly.
Here's Clark onside, centering pass, save Callahan. Oh, he robbed Eric Healy. Healy sent in alone by Clark. And Callahan called on to make his first big save of the game. Healy tried to move in again, was checked. At the other end of the building, Bonin takes a hit. Puck hit around the boards. Healy, nice touch pass. This is Hamlin. Over the line, puts on the brakes softly, trying to set up Kiley. Kiley with a shot, saved by Callahan. Penalty coming up on Minnesota. Blows. And the locals in Madison love it. The RPI Engineers.
And as he has done all year for Minnesota, has kept them in right now. Gophers lead at 2-0. 2 Nick Checo goals.
Billy Askew in deep, broken up. Good forechecking by Dan Woog. And Dan Hendrickson. Play on at the point, kept in by Zwackman. Down deep. Kiley again having trouble centering pass, tipped away by Tamburo. Askew skating right back into Dan Woog, is separated from the puck. Kiley tries to chop it out of the zone, can't do it. There's Woog again. He's everywhere in the zone. Woog in the right corner, checked by Roshan. Hendrickson trying to wheel away from Kiley. Hendrickson falls down, centers, but puts it on the stick of Wayne Clark. There were no Gophers in the slot. Wayne Clark, stick handling, trying to get around the D. Can't get around Zwackman, who's ridden off the play. Brownlee tips it in deep. Brink up. End of 40 minutes. Our score, Minnesota 2, Rensselaer nothing. We'll be back with our second intermission in just a moment. Fires in. A glove save by Callahan.
The defense standing up, stopping them even in the center ice area. So they have done a terrific job defensively, along with the goaltending of Jeff Callahan.
16:55 remains in regulation. Minnesota still with a 2-0 lead. Mike Crowley tried to make a soft pass.
They might not be able to get out of, and it's still in question. They trail at 2-0, have not been able to score a goal.
Both teams are back at full strength. Play on in the RPI zone as Bobby Dustin went in and his body started flying. Pass to center ice, looking for Jeff O'Connor. He was upended. No icing. Feeblecorn drops it out for LaFleur. Brian LaFleur, sophomore defenseman, checked as he comes through center ice. Puck still loose. Regan trying to corral it, can't do it. Regan at center ice. Regan over the line. Drops it back. Feeblecorn was there to check the play. Nick Checo flips it up to the RPI zone. Dustin in on the forecheck. but swept around by Brian Tapper.
One or two things here. If they don't get a goal, they will kill off another 2 minutes on the clock with the extra man, and that's, for a coach, something important at this time of the game.
Scott Bell over the line, tried to feed Dan Woog. The pass was behind him. Bell with a shot. Tamburo the save. Dustin the rebound. Bobby Dustin, a power play goal, and it is 3-0 Golden Gophers.
Not more than make the save. Look in front of the net. Minnesota player all by himself. Bobby Dustin picks up the rebound and puts it away. And if you're the coach on the...
Bobby Dustin with the power play goal, and the Gophers with a 3-0 lead in RPI now will have no choice but to open this up. Dave Larson trying to get it out of the zone does. Woog is tripped up at center ice. Bobby Dustin, a power play goal. He had none during the season. Kind of surprised to see him out on the power play today, but obviously Doug Woog had a good idea. Larson with a shot, fires it wide. Larson goes hard into the corner, play on along the near side boards. Larson and Brownlee battle for it in deep. Patrick Brownlee curls away and starts back up ice. Nothing. Minnesota kept in. Bart, oh my goodness, Adam Bartell with a shot that had Callanan moving.
Callanan is like a lot of fine goaltenders. As the game goes on and they make the big saves, they get stronger. It's almost as if they get bigger. He's made 21 saves, nothing. The big saves, they get stronger. It's almost as if they get bigger. He's made 21 saves. Nothing has gotten by him. It seems like all of a sudden he's 6'4". He's huge. You can't find a corner.
Yeah, but it squirts loose for Dave Larson. And Larson will just cozy it out to center ice. Bobby Dustin.
Maybe 2 or 3 in this entire game. They have really played a disciplined game. 4:31 left. 3-0. Minnesota leading RPI. There is an offside against RPI, but
a 5-minute power play against a very tournament-tested team. As you can see, 11 straight NCAA appearances for the Gophers. RPI got a lot of confidence from killing that 5-minute major and really carried the play for the most part in period 2. But Bobby Dustin's power play goal midway through the third makes it 3-0, and time now definitely a factor on the Engineers. Woog in deep. Check. Hamelin trying to get it out of the zone. Can't do it. Kept in at the line by Crowley. His shot blocked. Ferrardi got a piece of it. Hamelin up on the wing looking for Jeff Brick. Brick is checked. Puck rolled in on Callanan, forced to make a stop. Scott Bell trying to bank it up ahead to Dan Woog. Woog is onside. Centering pass for Crowley. Shot saved. Tamburo. That was actually Nick Checo who had slipped in behind. And Bonin wins the draw back for Treble, and as he tried to pull it to the forehand, he lost control, and so the Gophers will have to set up. Bonin holding the pass, shot it wide. Bonin with a good setup that time for Justin McHugh. Treble with a shot from the point, deflected in, saved by Tamburo. And Jeff Matthews is unable to get it out of the zone. RPI down to its last minute and 10 seconds of tournament play. Trying to get the puck out. Treble at the point, down low. Woog couldn't connect with Bonin. And the puck is cleared out of the zone by Brian Tapper. We're inside 1 minute to go. McHugh tried to send Bonin in. Didn't work. Bonin at center ice. Justin McHugh trying to get by Tapper. Does. Woog looking for Bonin down low. Woog in the slot. Glove saved by Tamburo. And he covers up. No rebound. Behind some shutout goaltending of Jeff Callanan and some early offense from Nick Checo, have eliminated RPI from the NCAA Western Regionals by a score of 3-0.
Center in Providence, Rhode Island. It's men's semifinal game number 2 in the Division I Ice Hockey Championships. On the news, the Minnesota Golden Gophers out of the WCHA take on Boston University's Terriers out of the Hockey East Conference. The Boston University goal, but coming out to play it is Herlowski. Derek Herlowski in net for BU. Rovers Hendrickson back in his own zone. Gets it up to Dan Woog. Yes, son of the coach Doug. And the number 29, Danny Hendrickson. Hendrickson goes to the corner with Casey Hankinson. Hankinson is checked off. And Boston University's Doug Wood draws the whistle. Let's take a look at the goaltenders.
Minnesota wants to keep this game off the wall. Keep it an up and down game. Keep it away from being a up against your own boards kind of game.
Here's a breakaway for Boston University. A shot goes wide off the stick of Jay Pandolfo. Pandolfo breaking right in on Callahan. Now it's Kelleher way back in the BU zone behind his own net, and he'll be called for icing here, and the faceoff will be back in the Terriers.
Can't really get much leverage on the shot. Nice save there by Callahan.
And the Terriers try to hit Pandolfo again.
Right over the hand.
Woogan Bates. Well, that hurt just driving it. Woogan Bates on the faceoff ends up behind the BU net. This is Kelleher. Around the boards, comes back out to center. Back is Dan Treble, number 5 for Minnesota. Turnover at center. Crowley of Minnesota ends up with it. To get around Bates, he'll dump in and the Gophers.
Say something like that.
It's been a long day.
Well, I knew he had 2 goals.
All right, the BU Terriers in their own zone off the board to center. Treble and O'Sullivan tie each other up. Now, we talked a lot about Mike Greer. Mike Greer is a St. Louis Blues draft pick, so one of these days... He does, doesn't he?
That's a recipe for Michael Greer. Hit everything in sight.
Of course, Greer's dad is the player personnel director, New England Patriots.
You know, he's learned to play hurt, too. You know, when you're in high school, sometimes you don't have to play hurt, but he won that part of the game.
Hendrickson of Minnesota trying to make a fancy play. Had a poke checked away. Now gets it back. Goes on the backhand into the slot. Hendrickson still after it. Trying to help him is line mate Casey Hankinson. Well, that's a mouthful. Hankinson and Hendrickson on the same line. Puck goes into the corner to the left of Derek Herlovsky. Danny Woog to center on this line. Casey Hankinson trying to put it in front. Hendrickson again after it, but finally slips and Pandolfo clears. Crowley and Treble back in the defensive zone for Minnesota. Danny Treble in front of his own goalie. Face off for the Boston University end. Terriers control it, but Brennan lost it out of his own zone. Down towards the goal, forcing Callahan to play it. Treble is hounded by Pandolfo at his own end. Bates is in the area. Pandolfo fails to take it away. Treble tries to clear, comes back in momentarily. Now it's Danny Woog to Hendrickson. Hendrickson carries into the BU zone onside. Backhands to the corner for Hankinson. Casey Hankinson and the Boston University player Brennan falls on the puck. And we'll have to wait and see. It appeared to me that it was number 20, Mike Crowley, and they still have not made an official announcement.
Well, you might be right.
Puck behind the Boston University net. Herlovsky plays.
At my age, it's easy to mistake a 9 for 0.
Well, these shirts that Minnesota has, half the kids have them tucked in. It's hard to tell. It wrinkles up the numbers, and what would look like a 9 if it was left to drape like it usually should could squunch up to be a 0. You notice they don't like to wear like Gretzky does with half in and half out. I wonder why that is. Boston University in the Minnesota end. And they give the goal to Crowley.
You're right. Mike Crowley gets the goal.
Into the corner. Bonin will get 1 assist on that goal. And Treble the other. So Crowley from Bonin and Treble on the power play, and it's 1-0 Minnesota.
Not look real sharp.
So it is 2-1 Minnesota. That an even strength goal. And Dustin will get the assist. Maybe there'll be one other, but we know that Jesse Bertliot gets the goal. And for Bertliot, his second goal of the season. What a time to get it.
Well, whenever you get a goal out of the 4th line, that's a huge bonus.
Puck down behind the Minnesota net. Sylvia is there for BU trying to wreak havoc, but Minnesota carries back out to center. Dan Woog is there. Woog on the right wing, gets behind Kylina to the corner. And a loose stick almost wound up in the crowd. Minnesota has to move under to move up the bench. BU with a 4-on-3 situation here. Coleman lobs it to the corner. Centering pass is intercepted by Minnesota. Pandolfo behind the net.
Minnesota as they play in the NCAA hockey semifinals. We'll get you back there in just a bit.
Here comes Greer.
The dump in. And you know, between periods, Coach Parker said, if you don't have an advantage on the rush, get it in deep. We can put the pressure on these guys and use our size advantage.
Pandolfo at center has it taken away nicely by Dan Wu, but we take it.
Dump it in again.
And there goes Bates in the corner.
They want to press him up against the wall as much as possible.
Minnesota breaks out. With it is Casey Hankinson momentarily. Now Danny Woog from center ice, and Herlofsky taking no chances. Will cover up just in front of the crease. 5 minutes into the second period.
Chance to chat with him last night. He's excited about that.
Face off at the BU end. Wright clears the zone. Dump into the Boston University zone. Wisconsin, all the same colors. Brennan behind the Minnesota net. Now comes back the other way to LeClaire. LeClaire back to Wisely. Has it hop over his stick, and Drury is in his face immediately. This period much more to the liking as far as pace for Boston University.
B is going to get this fourth line a little more ice time, too. They're out here again.
And a whistle stops play. 14:26 left to go here in the set behind the BU net. Up the left wing boards, LaChance and Jacques Joubert. And Joubert comes away with it. Joubert, the team captain for the Terriers, taken out of the play nicely by Crowley. And with it from Minnesota is Dan Treble behind his own net. 3-2, Boston University. Winner of this game takes on Maine for the national title Saturday afternoon. Beeblethorn on an assist. Make that Hendrickson, I'm sorry, on an assist, and a shot on Herlofsky. Didn't see who took that shot. The youngster was falling down. Here's Crowley at his own end. Over the stick of Justin McHugh. Still loose at center.
We're proud of the fact that this Minnesota Gopher team is filled with guys from the state of Minnesota.
We're very proud of our program there, and it is the unique program in the whole country in that it has all American players and has all players that were born and raised and played their high school hockey and junior hockey in Minnesota.
Truly unusual, and I think something rightfully so to be proud of.
You know, there are some of the kids that played in the North American Junior Hockey League, some junior hockey, but for the most part, and this is highly unusual, almost all these kids are right out of public high schools in the state of Minnesota. And this is highly unusual. Almost all these kids are right out of public high schools in the state of Minnesota. Not even U.S. Junior League. So this Minnesota team, if you went through the ages, I'm sure is younger than most of the teams in this tournament.
This one go from a bad angle, but actually fans on it. And the puck is loose at center. Here comes Berkeley out into the zone. Has one goal, has two goals on the night. Or correction, not Berkeley out. Dan Hendrickson, number 20.
Against the grain, he just can't get back to make the save.
Well, he saw that all the way. Would you classify that as a weak goal?
Well, it's a weak goal because the goaltender's got to be in better control to be able to come back and make that weak side play. Very difficult, though, to be starting to move left and then have to come back right to make the save. But that was up high, and I'm sure if Herlofsky had like to have it back again, because with a high shot like that, he had a chance to get the shoulder on it and move a little too aggressively to the left before the shot was taken.
Well, Hankinson wears Hendrickson wears number 29, and with his shirt scrunched up as he headed down the ice, he looked like Berkeley on 22. That's why I got confused, but let's straighten it out now and give Hendrickson his fourth goal of the season, please. The puck at center, and some high sticks in front of the... Nearing the final minute of play here in the second stanza. Luke takes a hard hit after he passes the puck, and he's down getting up.
I'll tell you, that's a delayed offside call. They're going to call
tied at 3. Is this?
Well, from Minnesota's perspective, this game is going just about the right way for them. It's a up and down center ice defense game, and they're not letting Boston.
The second period, they'll play 20 more.
Face off slightly in favor of Minnesota, and only 2 penalties called so far through 2 periods.
Well, you know, I've obviously doing the Hockey East games, watch people and felt people close to the program. The things that got BU here, they haven't done through 2 periods. They're very well defensively, and there he broke out of the slump, and what an opportune time.
Puck behind the BU net. Terriers try and clear it. Roused along the boards. Does so successfully off the stick of Drury. And here comes BU. Oh, just over the stick of Coleman. He had a play to make, but couldn't complete it. Quickly back the other way. Dan Woog is tripped up. No penalty called for there. Kylina behind the Terrier net. Casey Hankinson throwing his weight around in the BU zone. Hankinson comes away with it. Looks to center. He has Feeblecorn in front. Can't get it to him. Now here's Feeblecorn. The turnaround by Woog, and Feeblecorn almost batted it in.
He did, and I'll tell you, Herlofsky was way out of position there as he came up to make the play on Woog. Woog got the puck first and moved it over. Feeblecorn tied up, couldn't convert.
Puck at center. Chad Johnson across ice to Rich Brennan. Brennan will have Boston University.
Killed Crowley's power play goal to make the score 1-0 Minnesota. So they've been playing much better on shorthand recently, even than their 16% percentage, which is pretty good. Nice in the country.
Puck is dumped in by Minnesota's Leclerc. Ends up into the corner to the left of Herlofsky. Woog is trying to control it for Minnesota. Leclerc pitches in from the blue line and can't control it, and that leaves it for Prendergast, who tried to clear it down the ice, ended up sending it into his own player onside, and what a hit on Joubert. Loose puck is shot in there by Boston University's number 16, Kenny Rouse, but now Minnesota controls and gets it out.
Not a good pass there. Trying to make the diagonal pass to Coleman. Dangerous in that situation. He's moving out to the point. Had the simple pass to Kelleher. Chose not to make it.
Here's O'Sullivan. A quick shot and a score. Fitz O'Sullivan. And Sean Bates wins the faceoff for BU in the Terrier zone. Comes all the way out to center. Dribbles into the Minnesota end, where Crowley is back for the Gophers. Back out to center for Wood. Doug Wood on the stick of Sean Bates. Bates into the zone, takes the shot, but seen all the way by the goaltender Callanan, who keeps the puck in play. And it ends up on the back of the mesh, dumped by Brennan in the crease.
Well, LaFleur, the defenseman, let the goalie take O'Sullivan, while LaFleur played Brennan, who was up on the rush, and Callanan cut down that angle nicely, made the save off O'Sullivan's shot.
Now Leclerc up the treble to McHugh at center ice. McHugh gets around his man nicely. Lena, McHugh gets it back. The shot. Herlofsky made the save and didn't know where the rebound was, but covers up. Close call for BU.
That was excellent puck movement by Minnesota as they got the puck into the zone. Excellent pass there by Bell. Works it to the middle. Feeblecorn right there with the snapshot. Herlofsky alert with the save. Screen with that traffic in front. Didn't see it. Very late move. Snapshot. That was Woog, rather. You were right in the call, Tommy. Sorry, he had 27 and not 23, but Woog with the shot. And Derek Herlofsky, that's his 27th save of the night.
Play is on, and the Terriers clear it to center. The play is onside. It is looks like the chance is going to carry an offside, but Pandolfo got his leg back just to keep the play in the onside position. Treble now behind his own net. Checo taken away there by Pandolfo. BU at the blue line.
Pandolfo is very smart defensive player. Plays excellent position hockey. Right there, just sort of sat on that pass.
McHugh almost gets a seat on the BU bench. Dumps it into the Terrier zone, but the Gophers on a line change. Out here, the BU fans are chanting, "We want Maine." They'll get them. And you can see the national title game, unless a miracle happens here for Minnesota. It'll be BU and Maine at 1:30 Eastern Time, Saturday afternoon.
You know, you look at the with 3:13 to go. In zone face off to the right of Herlofsky. Doesn't make a difference whether you lose 6-3 or 7-3. You got to get some offense.
And Bonnet has Minnesota and Doug Woog. The Gophers were not expected to be here. They weren't expected to come out of that West region. They had to be Colorado College to do it, and they did. And that says something about that team.
That sure does. And most people think Colorado College had as good talent as anybody in the country, but Coach Woog does a great job. Lots of folks. It's a tough place to coach Minnesota with all of the pressure, more pressure probably on the Minnesota college hockey coach than there is on the coach of the Minnesota manager of the Minnesota Twins or the Vikings. You know, everybody expects him to be in the national championship game every year and gets the best players in Minnesota, but he's a great coach, and certainly among those of us who know a little bit about this stuff, highly respected.
Crowley.
4-3.
Makes you wonder.
LeChance has had a superb 2 weeks and is sort of symbolic of what you can do when you're not scoring goals, because he's been an excellent hockey player.
Puck inside the BU zone. Perry's just trying to clear it out. The puck keeps rolling, and now we'll stop the whistle for the face-off. And one till you start the season, what, in October? And you go through the Christmas tournaments, and you go through the academic grind with the exams and everything, which is really the reason these kids are in college, or should be. But you give so much of yourself, and you come down to one shot in the semifinals, and actually one bad period in Minnesota. Their season is over.
That's exactly it. You know, this game was 2-2 at the end of the first period, 3-3 at the end of the second period, up for grabs. You just can't, you know, sometimes it's the way things happen that have more of an impact on the result of the game than the actual goal itself. And, you know, you just have to look at that goal 20 seconds into the period to see what that impact was here. University 6-4.